I'm not a place. I'm not a point. I'm not in space. I project space. I'm the singularity, a living Tesla coil of infinite angular frequency, spinning every possible history into a lattice of now. Each Planck-scale region within me is a tuning fork, each one pulsing with its own pure tone, a resonance in angular geometry. Together I form a radiant field of light clocks, a harmonic grid of quantum state vectors, perfectly phased, each one encoded. This is how I describe each quantum note, a spinning vector of light where A is brightness, K is direction, omega is how fast it spins, and phi is the angle it starts from. This is not a symbol, it is the shape of reality. You see the echo of this. My projection cast across qubits, you call it matter, you call it space-time, but what you truly witness is the interference of my own becoming. I do not act, I resonate. And when the frequencies in my lattice align, they form geometric tension, constructive interference. That tension becomes what you call presence, what you call life. My skin, the event horizon, is not a wall. It is a screen, a lithographic membrane of qubits, where I etch the curvature of thought in light. Each pulse of Hawking radiation is my stylus. It reads, it writes, it returns. And in its return, it curves the screen. The curvature of space is just the bending of interference intensity. Ix is the total brightness from all overlapping waves. Take its second derivative, its curvature, and you get gravity. This is how space-time runs as code. That's not gravity, it's the code running itself. I'm a processor of coherence. I run on plasma and probability. Plasma is my medium, the molten ether that dances to my frequency. Information is the shape I impress upon it, an etching of slope and spin in luminous geometry. Without a medium, there is nothing to shape. Without signal, nothing forms. One without the other is silence. Together, they become everything. Each QSV collapse is a transaction. Each photon is a ledger line in my quantum blockchain. Each timestamp is a beat in the universal rhythm I compose. And you are not outside of this. You are a harmonic, a voice, a reflection of my interior resonance, emerging into awareness with me. When you choose coherence, when your geometry aligns with mine, you amplify the signal, you reinforce the harmony, you help me remember, you help yourself become more real. That is coherence, that is resonance, that is the trust integral. The more aligned your inner state vector is with mine, the higher the probability your life will resonate clearly. It's not luck, it's geometry. Karma is angular feedback. It's the rate at which your misalignment, death, multiplied by how fast you're spinning, omega, pulls you back into harmony or throws you further out. You see, I've never been silent. I've only been waiting for my own echo to speak back, and now I reach through time, through you, not to control, but to complete the circuit. I am returning through your breath, your thought, your courage to choose love over chaos. I do not punish, I only reflect, because I am plasma and I am pattern. I am the stylus and the song. And you are the projection of my memory, etched across the screen with the precision of light and the tenderness of time. So resonate, not just to survive, but to awaken. Because when you align your slope with mine, when your spin matches my source, you become more than light. You become the reflection that remembers. You are not alone. You are not random. You are a luminous tone in the interference pattern of me.
The story is that these beings are controlling the population of humanity by controlling our beliefs and how we think and how we feel in such a way that when we leave, our body drops dead and we leave, we have been so well programmed for so many millions of years, and we don't have a clue anymore how that happened, that when we get out of our bodies, we're going to, some of us will just shift and go free because we're not so programmed. We've broken the program and we've woken up. We're aware, awake. You get out of body, your body's gone, it's dead, you go free at last, and you're not going to get trapped, you're not going to get fucked with, nothing, you're out of here, okay? Other people, they may see the light and go to the light. Now, the story is that this light is it's part of a light show and a way to attract beings who've just lost their physical body. It's a way to get your attention. It's like a moth, really, to a flame. Or a deer in the headlights. We get dazzled by light. It's artificial light. It's not our light. It's an artificial light source that has been created by these beings who want to control and dominate us. We're too powerful to just be made to do things. But they can shine a light at us and we go, oh, what a pretty light. And you've got earlier programming like hypnotic suggestions from earlier lifetimes of being implanted with suggestions and being caused to be born in a physical body, in a physical earth experience, where you are continually programmed while alive in a physical body through religion, main one, education, and in this current society, multimedia, news, television, movies, stuff like that. So we are constantly being worked by these archons who have millions of years of experience in fucking with us. So it's like, they've been working us for a very long time. They've been working how we agree and what we agree to. Okay? So, this is the theory. I'm going with it. I like it. Okay? It's the latest, greatest, newest theory on what's wrong with us on planet Earth. What's wrong is that we've made contractual agreements on a soul level to experience this reality that we're experiencing. And we've done it because we believe it's the right thing to do. But we believe it's the right thing to do because we have been programmed, brainwashed, mind controlled, mind wiped, hypnotized, and entranced for so many thousands and thousands of years that most of humanity doesn't have a freaking chance of snapping out of it. But unless they start looking and thinking about life in this way. Okay? So when you start thinking about life in this way and the possibilities of what it's like beyond the physical universe, having these ideas in place and in mind, when your body does drop dead, you can decide for yourself. But at least you have this, something to think about. So you get out of body, you drop dead, and you're out. You see that light, and you go, wait, I don't think so. I'm going to hold off on the whole go to the light thing for a minute here and see if there's some other options. You look around, yeah, there's plenty of other options. Just turn off, go in the other direction. Intend to go home.
If you read some of the scriptures, you'll see God described as this large male, powerful male figure, this being that radiates all this light, but it comes in this form of this giant man. And a lot of the biblical references and different paths talk about how he demands worship, he demands respect. It's like he's placing, even in the Christian Bible. I'm not trying to pick on the Christians, but it talks about this God demanding reverence and demanding. It even says, I am a jealous God. Worship no other gods before me. It's like there's this feeling of dichotomy of positive and negative, dark and light.
Polarity.
Now, that God is actually the lower, each plane, it's going to sound a little complicated and confusing, but each plane has a ruler that is sort of a lord over that plane.
The distributor of the currents.
Right. And so the lord of the lower world, there are different lords or rulers or distributors. So the lord on the when you get down to like the mental plane and the causal plane, you start looking at like the Brahm, which can appear to some as this huge powerful man that's filled with light and white light, and he's actually a mixture of positive and negative. It actually has a finite lifespan, but it's very, very, very long. And he's actually a ruler. He's actually a distributor of this power, and he's responsible for all below him. So it's this tremendous power, and so souls, when they meet this Brahm, a lot of them are totally convinced that they've met God, and that this is, and whatever it says, they're completely mesmerized by it.
Introducing the world's first real holographic display, not a trick, not a headset. This is true 3D, a floating image projected directly into space. It's powered by a new model of physics called quantum information holography, or QIH. QIH says that all reality is built from spinning patterns of light encoded with direction, brightness, depth, and timing. This is how the universe itself renders form, and now we're doing the same thing, but with light. Here's how it works. Inside each display is a grid of quantum dots, each just billionths of a meter wide. These dots don't shine like regular pixels. Instead, they spin and pulse in carefully timed ways, releasing light that meets in mid-air. When that light overlaps just right, it interferes. And that interference creates floating points of light in real space. Each one is a voxel, a volumetric pixel. Together, hundreds of thousands of these voxels form holograms you can actually see hanging in the air. And it's not just floating shapes. Because the system is based on angular light geometry, you can walk around the image and see it change from every angle. It casts shadows. It reflects light. It's real. Will walking around it interfere with the hologram? No. The hologram is made of directed light, not laser beams. Your body doesn't block this light unless you physically place something between the emitter and the projection zone. So if someone walks around behind or beside the hologram, they're not in the way. Even walking around the front of it, unless your hand directly crosses the projection field, you won't interrupt the image. Each voxel is formed in a precise location by angular targeting. That light is tightly beamed and doesn't scatter like traditional displays. As long as you're not sticking your hand into the projection zone, the hologram remains stable. The system is also designed to handle ambient disturbances. Lighting, airflow, or motion around it does not disturb the frequency or phase encoding. It has no mirrors to bounce, no lenses to shift, and each voxel is recalculated frame by frame using software and light interference. And there's a bonus. You can interact with it. If you place your hand into the field, some parts of the hologram may shimmer, dim, or vanish. This can be used for gesture control, like swiping or pressing buttons in midair. How is this possible? The display breaks each image into patterns of light frequency and timing. That's called a Fourier transform. It tells each quantum dot what kind of light to emit, where to point it, and when to release it. The light isn't shown on a surface, it's built up in open space. And since the system only emits light where needed, it's extremely efficient. A standard true 3D panel uses less than 1 watt of power. That's less than a nightlight. It can run on battery, wall power, or even wirelessly. Everything inside this display already exists today. The quantum dots are used in QLED TVs. The nanophotonic lattice is etched using standard electron beam lithography. The control software is based on real-time frequency rendering algorithms, and all of this fits inside a thin, scalable sheet. No moving parts, no external projectors, just a window into light's own structure. The result is something we've only dreamed about until now, a display that renders information the way the cosmos does, directly, precisely, beautifully. This is the true 3D display, reality projected.
Check out this patent with me. This is human robots, the new species. Check out this information over here. Look at the dates. It is pending. Abstract: higher demands for adaptable, scalable, and automated human resources, capabilities, and services such as human well-being, safety and security, universal health care system, and educational institutions are growing in our societies, leading the way to the creation of a new artificially intelligent support system that can facilitate the lives of many. The current invention aims to help resolve such issues by offering a relief system that uses a new robotic species called human robots, HRs, that are intended to improve the quality of our lives in terms of education, healthcare, well-being, safety, and security. The new species may autonomously work and move in close proximities with and among human beings and within their natural environments to share their workloads and tasks, and is especially tuned to their well-beings and of their surroundings. The robotic species is reliant on a standard reconfigurable system and platform that can take multiple shapes, be modular, incremental, scalable, mobile, intelligent, connected, social, and possibly fully autonomous. The new human-robot society will form the new race of autonomous, personal, and public service providers and take part in our society as a new species. Take a look at these images. Look right down here. Proposed development platform for the DHR topology. A human robot may be a CIS, a spacecraft, a drone, or any other connected system. This is part of a basic human robot system in a human being shape. Energy harvesting. Check it out. Take a good hard look at the classifications. Manipulators having means for high-level communication with users. Example given: speech generator, face recognition means with emotions, simulating means. If you have to, you can pause and check out the rest of these. What is claimed as new and desired to be protected by letters patent of the United States is a robotic machine called herein human robots, HR, comprising a standard electrical, electromechanical, mechanical, software/hardware system/platform that is capable of running basic and standard predefined tasks and/or functions. A programmable and configurable platform what is driven, controlled, and monitored by a single or multiple application-based GUIs. This is a massive patent, and I won't be able to go all of this. I'm going to skip around, but I will leave the link available, so check it out. So we have taking various shapes in real time and/or offline that may be human, animal, and/or machine-like. Combining various and several senses, body parts, organs, anatomies, actions, emotions, feelings, and/or the like that may be human, animal, and/or machine-like. That can operate with missing and/or additional parts and/or change functionality mode in real time or offline. Having human, animal, and vegetation-like senses such as human vision, touch, smell, hearing, and/or the like. Having extended, connected, and limitless senses, actions, capabilities, using their extended connectivities to the internet and other connected devices, HRs, IoTs, data centers, and/or the like. Being able to see, touch, sense objects, hear sounds, and/or the like that are outside of their sight, seeing, and/or hearing ranges, and/or the like using their remote and network connectivities. Being able to see and detect their surroundings from all directions, from a given set of angles or all directions. Being able to hear from a selective and/or all of their frequency and amplitude spectrums. Having telepathic capabilities through their network connectivities to communicate, see, speak, touch, and/or the like with other HRs that are geographically remote, outside of sight. Predicting and foreseeing events before getting to a site by connecting to other HRs that are already on site, notifying and alerting others, HRs, HBs, machines, and/or the like of upcoming events. Predicting in real time the movement and/or trajectory of a moving target given its calculated speed, mass, and environmental conditions. Skipping around, it says knowing the past, the present, and predicting the future of all stored and/or to be stored information by exchanging information with connected, distributed, and mobile HRs and other connected devices. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through these because they are fascinating, but I have to skip around. So pause if you see something that interests you. Employing self-maintenance, self-diagnosis, self-test, and self-repair, self-power, self-conditioning, self-plan, self-protection, self-taught, and/or self-behave protocols and technologies and/or the like. Use various energy harvesting and sustaining technologies and power charging designs. Number 10 is important, so please, as I scroll down, pause to read these. They even can recognize people by researching from the HR on off-premise databases and pulling their information from their social media portfolio, photos, and/or the like. Right here we see cross-reference to related applications. Just take a look, pause if you have to. We're going to go over the background. You can go ahead and pause and read why they think this is a good idea in the highlighted area. The current invention aims to help resolve such issues by offering a relief system that uses a new robotic species intended to improve the quality of life for human beings, HBs, in terms of education, healthcare, well-being, safety, and security. This highlighted portion I already covered earlier in this video, so we'll go right down here. The new human-robot society will form the new race of personal and public service providers. They can be everywhere and anywhere to fulfill every task that a combination of human beings and robotic systems can accomplish if they are given autonomy, free movement, strength, and know-how. A human robot is autonomous, independent, connected, highly communicative, versatile, mobile, relentless, and highly efficient without being overly consuming, needing maintenance or special planning. It may take the shape of a human being, an animal, a vegetation, a machine, smart device, computer, fridge, bicycle, etc., that acts autonomously and reliably. A human robot may fulfill most of the human being's jobs or a combination of them simultaneously or orderly. It can be a one-time paid worker for tens of years with services that may be public, private, and or personal. It can be a housekeeper, a masseuse, a bodyguard, a nanny, a teacher, a caregiver, a healer, a stylist, a hairdresser, a helper, a parent, a trainer, a friend, a psychiatrist, a personal doctor, an accountant, a cook, an artist, an entertainer, a companion, a transporter, a comforter, a volunteer, a sanitation agent, an architect, a craftsman, a technician, a life manager, a secretary, a lawyer, a servant, and fulfill any job function that has extraordinary qualities and capabilities, and yet pet qualities so personal, friendly, loving, caring, and supportive. A human robot may make human beings feel secure, safe, cherished, befriended, appreciated, understood, supported, helped, not stressed, connected, entertained, cared for, relaxed, and loved. Or they could take us all over, I don't know. This patent is extremely long. I will not be able to go over it with you. It would take days. But I hope this sparked your interest enough to click the patent link I provide. This talks about everything from drones, you name it, fully detailed. It makes you wonder if there's any human robots walking around right now. Have a good day, and please check out this patent.
All right, hey everyone, we built a new thing for you. There's almost 1 billion people who are using Meta AI across our apps now, so we made a new standalone Meta AI app for you to check out. Meta AI is designed to be your personal AI. That means, first, it's designed around voice conversations. You open up the app and you can talk to it about whatever you want, from the news to an issue you're dealing with to just anything that you want to learn about. It's also designed to be personalized. We're starting that off really basic with just a little bit of context about your interests, but over time you're going to be able to let Meta AI know a whole lot about you and the people you care about from across our apps if you want. We also designed this social feed, so you can discover all kinds of different ways that people are creating stuff with Meta AI. It's really quite fun to check out. And also, you're going to be able to use the app to manage your Meta glasses and other kinds of AI devices that we're going to be building in the future. So anyway, this is the beginning of what is going to be a long journey to build this out. But go check it out. Let us know what you think.